Yeah, I made this voodoo doll, and what's so crazy is how, look how the nets are flying over it. This is when you know you really made a connection with the universe to inflict pain on your enemy. You see these nets? If you look real closely, you can see the nets flying up top of the voodoo doll. Now, the doll is made of clay. You see the piece of black, sort of like rubber? That's an item that's from the perpetrator, the enemy of minds. Now, the item is placed on the clay. The clay represents the fact that when God formed man, he made man out of clay. So I also took a piece of fabric from the enemy and placed it on the voodoo doll. Now, this clay voodoo figure represents the person. This black rubber thing on the person, from the person, has to be placed on the clay because it has the person vibration on it. Now, the feather represents the person's spirit. Now, as you can see here, I'm finna remove this safety pin out of the back of the person's neck. Now, as you look right here, you can see the nets flying over the perpetrator. And this is how you know that these are the nets right here. All in this area, these are nets flying over the perpetrator. And this is how you know that you have made a connection with the universe to avenge whatever this person has done to you. These are the nets. You see the nets? This is the perpetrator. The nets are flying right above the perpetrator. This is an indication the universe is telling you that it is listening to your cries, and these are the nets because it's letting you know that this vibration that's coming off this clay, this person is a foul person. This person is a bad person. You see how the nets, if you look at the safety pin where I'm pointing at, you can notice the nets, they're flying exactly above this object. You see them? Follow this pin. You see them? You see, these are nets, and this is the object. They're hovering above this object. Now, I'm gonna pierce. I don't want to kill, I want to pierce